Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to share my basic kitchen items that I take for van life on road trip. This is like a super minimal kitchen setup that I like to keep just in case I feel like cooking. A lot of times I don't really even cook. I assemble sandwiches or I go and have lunch somewhere. Like that's it. And then I'll have like a very light dinner. I'm not a big portion dinner eater. I'd rather just have like a sandwich or heat up a soup or something like that. But let me show you my basic kitchen setup that I typically take. Now I'm adding more electrical stuff, more appliances because I've got two Blue Yeti batteries. So I'm going to be upgrading my kitchen system, but I just wanted to share the basics that I typically take with me, that I have taken with me for years now, before I go ahead and put all my upgrades in here and then show you in a future video what that looks like. But here we go, guys. All right, there you go. Is that minimalist? I'm not sure. It's very few items if you really think about it. I have like two bowls, so I could only like take one or just use, eat out of that kettle because it's wide enough, right? I mean, I could definitely go more minimalist, but this is pretty minimal. And let's start from this way and move left. So you need some kind of storage container, some bag, a backpack, some kind of tote. So most of this fits in here. Of course, I have a trash can. You need a trash can, trash bags, things like that. All right, so I have a Stanley thermos, and I think it holds about 24 ounces. So sometimes I just like heat water and I'll store it in this Stanley thermos just so you can clean up afterwards and have some warm to hot water for later in the evening, and you don't need to use more butane. But this is a small kettle, so I mean, a lot of times I don't use this, but I have it and I have used it on occasion. But yeah, that's what I keep with me in the van. Then I have this little skillet, which this is newer, so I haven't used this quite yet, but I'm keeping this with me, or some kind of little skillet I'll keep with me. So I recently upgraded, so this is the new one that I'm taking with me, and it's pretty small, enough for like a piece of toast, a couple eggs, or something like that. I take Tylenol with me just in case, because when you have a migraine or a headache or anything like that and you don't have any kind of medicine, it's miserable. It is so miserable. So I always tend to carry, I used to carry the smaller travel ones, but this is more cost efficient, so I just use that. Then of course I have my coffee drip thing. What is that, a Melita? Where you just put the filter on top of here and you do the pour over method. I've got a couple of stainless steel bowls. I like stainless steel just because it's very durable. Let's see. And then over here, I have a tumbler, an insulated tumbler, and I put my newest sticker on there. I think this might be 2.5 cups. I'm not sure, but it's plenty for coffee in the morning. And then I have this kettle, which is kind of small. I think it's about a liter or a liter and a half of water you can put in here. But what I like about it, it's very large opening, so you can cook soups. The water, usually you can boil and cook just about anything there, just because it does have a large opening. So I mean, like, you can cook something there if you only had that. But I like to use the nonstick because it's easier to clean up. But I really love this kettle. And then I have I think it's like a silicone material on the outside, and that's what I usually stir and cook with. This came, I think it's a rice paddle it's called, but I don't know, I just noticed that it like it fits there like almost a spoon rest. So if I don't want to make a mess or use a paper towel or anything like that extra, if I'm not using something, I can always just kind of set it there. But I mean, this works too for serving. So it's a little deep, not too much. But I just noticed it rests really nicely there. Then I've got a can opener, because you just never know when you need a can opener. Mostly nowadays they have the pop tops, but there's still quite a bit of cans that don't have that. So I have a can opener, and I have a ceramic knife. These are very sharp. Okay, let's move on. Coffee, my little coffee station here. Right now I have about half of this breakfast blend. And then whenever I go and get coffee at like gas stations, truck stops when I'm road tripping, because I'll do that on occasion too, I just get some extra creamer. And then of course the filters. And here's a few containers. I really like the stainless, as I mentioned, just because it's so durable. So I've got a few like storage containers that you can do sandwiches, you can store stuff, just lunches, whatever. And it's the same thing with this container here, this Rubbermaid. This one's a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger, a whole lot bigger. But I like to carry, sometimes I have a spoon and a fork and a knife or anything in here and just keep it all together. Like if I could just take one multi-purpose container and have my spoon, my fork, knife, whatever I need to shove in there, like this is just handy. Take it, and this is like a one-stop shop. But right now I have a spork in here. So that's handy. I can do soup, I can do salads, I can do whatever with that. And it's also can be used for storage because it is pretty large. So I have that. Sometimes I'll have these three, sometimes I'll only have the one, sometimes I'll have a different container. Just depends on what I'm feeling like, but it's kind of basic. So you guys kind of get the idea from like 1, 2, or 3 different little containers, depends on what's going on. And then my more like emergency snacks. I don't typically eat this, but I mean, these little bars are good if you're stranded somewhere. If you need to make a quick peanut butter and jelly, something to kind of fuel you up while, you know, there's some kind of urgency or emergency, or you're stranded on the side of the road and you're hungry and, you know, you're waiting on a tow truck or somebody to come help you. Like, at least you got that to eat, you know. So I keep kind of little snacks in there. And paper plates and plasticware is almost a must, especially if you don't have access to running water. Please do the little spray bottle or squirt a little bit of water and kind of wipe it down, blah blah blah. But sometimes I don't even want to mess with having to clean up, so I just use paper plates and plasticware, and then just kind of toss that. And then finally, oh no, I'm almost forgetting. Almost finally, something to cook it with. So these few years I've been having a butane stove, and then I just buy the little butane bottles. Let's see. So this is just basically what I have for heating up food, cooking food, boiling it. You put your little canister in here. It's worked great. It's lasted me for quite a few years, even though I don't use it like every day, but it's lasted me quite a while. So I usually take this with me. And now finally, the last of my kitchen setup is water. You need water. You need something to drink. And my preferred, besides coffee, is just plain water. You need water to drink, to clean up, to wash up, to just about anything. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is my basic, bare bones, kind of, sort of, kitchen setup that I usually take with me on road trips. And like I said, it's gonna change, it's gonna upgrade or I'm just gonna have more methods to be able to cook and hook myself up in here without having to go eat out as often. And typically I just do like lunch. I eat lunch. If I don't feel like making coffee, I'll go have coffee in the morning. I'm not a breakfast eater anymore, or like eat breakfast, I should say, because I love breakfast food, but I don't eat early. I do more just my coffee and then have a brunch or lunch and then dinner. But yeah, guys, this is it right here. Let me know what you guys think. Any tips, any advice, anything that you would not use, anything you would add to it. And a future video is going to be my electronic gadgets, like my little Blue Eddy battery. But you're going to see my fridge here. I'm not sure if it fits under the bed. I might like try and see if it slides under the bed. That'll give me a lot more floor space there. But I'm going to set it up with more gadgets and then kind of give you a little tour of that pretty soon. But I'm just sitting on my bed, my new tall Coleman comfort bed, as you guys saw in a previous video. But yeah, you guys, this is it right here. This is my basic kitchen essentials that I typically take with me on road trips. Thanks for watching.